From the streets to the studio, from crisis to recovery, from awareness to action. Ask the Messengers. We bring you real talk about public health, addiction and recovery, and the issues that matter most in our communities. The message is hope. The message is change. Ask the Messengers begins now. Today on Ask the Messengers, you will hear directly from local election candidates. While we don't endorse anyone here at Ask the Messengers, we're committed to keeping you informed. Hear what they have to say so that you can decide what matters the most. Plus, stories that matter the most. Real people sharing real stories, from addiction to hope, from brokenness to breakthrough. These journeys remind us that recovery is possible.
We are here with James Harris. Obviously, he's no stranger to our show. Tell our viewers what's happening, where we are.
We're over here at 350 Terrace on the rooftop in the beautiful city of Detroit on a wonderful Wednesday. The Department of Elections is throwing a candidate meet and greet for all the candidates that are running for office. Of course, I'm running for city council at large, citywide, the People's Chief, James Harris. But it's a good vibe, bunch of Detroiters, a bunch of people with one common goal, a better Detroit.
Now, people are used to seeing you in one way, with the fire department. Tell our viewers a little bit about what made you want to run for city council.
I don't know if you all have enough time with Ask the Messengers. This started way back in 5th grade when the city council came to my school. DPSCD came to my elementary school for career day, and the city council came and spoke to us. And as a 5th grader, they made us feel like we could vote right then. They made us feel like our voice mattered. And I knew one day I would serve the citizens in this capacity.
Wow, this has been in your heart since 5th grade.
5th grade, yes.
Now, what do you feel tell our viewers a little bit about what you plan on doing when you get to, should you be elected, which, you know.
I'm huge on public safety. A lot of people know me as a fire chief, but I actually have my bachelor's in criminal justice administration. I have my master's in leadership. So public safety is number one. I don't care what your ethnicity, I don't care what your economic class, everybody in the city wants to be safe. So that's number one. Then I want to put the neighbor back in neighborhoods. Everybody's got to take care of our neighborhood, and it makes it a better city. Downtown is the heart, the arteries are our neighborhoods.
That's true. The arteries are our neighborhoods. Now, how do you plan on doing that?
Community engagement and teamwork. As a leader with the Detroit Fire Department, we got to make quick decisions right then, right there. And it's all teamwork. A lot of people think it takes one person to put a fire out. It doesn't. It takes a whole team, a whole unit. And I'm a bridge builder. All of us working together and making a better Detroit.
Listen, we know that he's no stranger to the community. You've been serving. Thank you for your service on the fire department. We've got to see you in action. We see you at all these community events and helping folks. Listen, thank you so much for what you've already done, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Thank you.
Vote for James Harris August 5th.
Listen.
And if you need to know something about Detroit, ask the Messengers. Let's go.
Tell them one more time to the camera. Tell them to vote.
Vote for James Harris August 5th. And if you need to know something, you can always ask the Messenger.
You guys, I encourage you to be informed. Go on every individual's forum, know what they're standing for, and go vote in August.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am here with Janice Winfrey, a wonderful woman. Tell our viewers what is going on here.
So we're having a candidates forum. We usually have it in a park, right? And we call it Candidates in the Hood, right? But this time we just wanted a more upgraded space, if you will, right? The weather's holding up, the candidates are here, and we want Detroiters to be informed. We want them to know who they're voting for. You know, the municipal race is one of the most important races, and people need to be reminded of that. And so we do this for every municipal race.
I love the fact that you're always here for our viewers, for the public, for these voting citizens. Rain, snow, sleet, or shine. Listen, you got them driving up, voting, and now you have this forum. We're at 350 Terrace now. What are you expecting for tonight?
I'm expecting that our voters and candidates will come out and enjoy the city. There's a game going on, but we pay parking for our guests. And I want them to come out and hear from those individuals that they'll be voting for. I want them to come out and have an opportunity to mingle with those individuals that they'll be voting for. And mostly, I want them to come out and have a good time. We have free food. They can get drinks. They can just have a good time and enjoy the sun that's coming out.
She's doing an amazing job. Listen, she's not only informing the viewers, all you voters out there, she's making it possible for you to meet them in person, to hear what they stand for, and she's feeding you. Thank you so much for doing all that you do.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Thanks for being here.
thank
You're
you.
always in the right place.
Yes, Ask the Messengers. This TV show is for the people as well. The fact that we're able to be here, that we were invited and we're able to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful environment that you have here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Oh my goodness, I'm having a great time. I'm sitting next to Coleman Young Jr. Oh my goodness, we're here at the election forum so that all our viewers can be educated. What do you think about what's going on here?
I think this is so great. First of all, I know I made it. I'm going to ask the messengers. This is the place to be. The only thing that's missing is you out there. But I think this is great. You know, there's a time when we couldn't vote. There's a time people lost their lives for exercising their franchise. Yeah. And what you don't defeat, you're destined to repeat. And what you don't use, you're going to lose. And so we got to have people get out there, exercise your franchise, vote. It's important, especially now. They're talking about erasing Black history. They're talking about rolling back voting rights, rolling back human rights. Now more than ever, you need to exercise your franchise because too many people sacrifice for us to have it.
A lot of people already know who you are. You've already been on city council. What's going to be different? You're running. Tell our viewers what you're running for, obviously.
Coleman Alexander Young II, running for re-election for city council at large, #1.
At large, #1.
It means I got the most votes. So thank you, Ask the Messengers. Couldn't do without you. Love you. Thank you.
Listen, tell our viewers what you're planning, what you're expecting. Should you be elected again?
Well, what I'm expecting, should I be elected again, is I think we need to do more for housing. Okay. We need to change the zoning law so we can have more triplexes, duplexes. You can only develop a house on that's 50 feet wide infill, but the average house is only 30 feet wide. So we need to change zoning laws so we can have more mixed-use development. Because right now we got a 7% housing gap. So that means there's 20,000 people that don't have access to homes right now. And so we got to make sure, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's tiny homes, whether it's container homes, whether it's granny flats, whether it's duplexes, triplexes, or condominiums, we got to have more housing options for Detroiters because they deserve it.
More housing options. Is there anything else you want our viewers to be educated about?
Listen, I just wanted to say, make sure that you tune in to Ask the Messengers. This is the premier place for voter education, and make sure you vote for Coleman Alexander Young, re-election for city council.
We're here. It was raining. Now it's beautiful weather. We are surrounded by beautiful people. Listen, what are you thinking about today's event?
Oh, I think it's going to be wonderful. Thank you for having us out here. I'm out here to support Chief Craig. I was a police officer for many years in the city of Detroit. Chief Craig was my mentor for many, many, many years and gave me the spiritual guidance to start Shield Security here in the city of Detroit. We're a Detroit-based business. We're a minority business enterprise, and we are proud to be a Detroit headquartered business that has expanded to over 8 states.
Tell our viewers your name.
Grant Burns, GrantBurns.
Thank you so much. So what are you expecting? What are you expecting here?
Well, I hope to see some, well, it's a forum, so it's not going to be a debate style. So I want to hear from all the candidates. I want to see what they're going to do about public safety. I want to see what they're going to try to do about education. I understand that the mayor doesn't control education, but can he use his bully pulpit to really put some accountability into the schools here? As you know, some of our schools here at 3rd grade reading levels are far below state requirements. Okay? The future of Detroit is in the next mayor's hands here. And as you all know, ARPA funds run out in next year. How are we going to balance the city budget in 1 year from now? Those funds, $900 million, came from Joe Biden. What are we going to do now that Trump's in office? Who's going to be able to make that connection to get the city the funds that we need to improve our bus systems, our transportation, our schools, public lighting, blight, street lights, sewage systems? This city is on the precipice of going back into a recession if we don't choose the correct mayor here in this.
Listen, that was so much information. I need you guys to go out there, get educated. If you had any advice to our viewers out there, what would you say?
Vote for Chief Craig. He's the only one that has a connection to the White House that's going to be able to get you the federal funding.
On the count of 3, I want you to say, get out and vote. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Get out and vote.
Hey, everybody here. We are here with all the candidates It's a forum. People get to talk about what they stand for. Tell our viewers your name.
Michael Richard.
Michael Richard. Okay, sir. Tell our viewers what you're running for, what district.
I'm running for Detroit City Council, 5th District, East Side, downtown.
What made you run for city council?
I worked for City Council for several years, Wayne County Commission, and with John Conyers, so my life has been the legislative process.
So you've had your hand in this for a very long time.
A long time.
So you've seen a lot of things.
I've seen a lot of things. I know where the dead bodies are.
Oh, no. What do you plan on doing when you're voted for city council, should you win?
I'm going to devote my time to education, jobs, and affordable housing. But I also want to spend a lot of time with senior citizens and the retirees from the city of Detroit. They need help.
You heard it here, folks. Ask the messengers, all you viewers. Listen, you get to hear what everybody is standing for. Listen, go on his page. How can they find information about you?
Michael Richard for citycouncil.com.
Be an educated voter. Go on his page, read about him. You can even be here and meet him. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, everybody. Thanks to Janice Winfrey, we get to meet all these wonderful individuals running for office. Tell our viewers your name and what you're running for.
Hi, my name is Victoria Camille. I'm running for Police Commissioner in District 7.
Wow. Okay, so what is your experience? What made you run for police commissioner?
So I've been participating with the Coalition for Police Transparency and Accountability, which is a grassroots organization, for several years. I was also the secretary to the Board of Police Commissioners in 2023. So I'm very familiar with civilian oversight. I'm a member of NACO, which is the National Association for Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement. And so I'm very familiar with this work. I understand the gaps that we have in Detroit for civilian oversight. And I'm here to amplify the community's voice and make sure they get what they need from police.
If we want to know more information about you, where do we go? Where do we read up on your platform?
Sure. So my website is victoriacamille.com. That's VICTORIACAMILLE. And on social media, you can find me at Victoria4, your voice.
Victoria Camille, hey, she's running for police commissioner. Don't forget, tell them to get out and vote.
Get out and vote. I'll be on the general ballot on November 4th.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Are you running for office? Come share your message on Ask the Messengers. No endorsements, just your voice, your vision. Be seen, be heard, be part of the conversation. Contact us today to schedule your segment. AskTheMessengers.org.
So how did you get started using?
Curious, hanging with the crowd, thinking that it was going to be something that I could just do, like having a drink, I'd be all right tomorrow. And found out that it just wasn't that. It took off to be entirely something different.
So when you say it took off to be something different, give me an example.
The example was that I wanted to do it the next day, the next day, the next hour, the next hour, the next minute, the next moment. It just kept going and going, and I could never seem to stop. It was just a continuous usage.
What was the worst day of your using?
The worst day of my usage was, I must say, I wanted to get as high as I could get. So I loaded up some cocaine and heroin all together. And I lit it up with a blowtorch. I OD'd that particular day. But what was the kicker was that I was in my mother's home. She had just passed. I didn't want to die in the basement. I felt my heart beating. I could hear, but I couldn't speak. I could hear everything going on in my body. Anyway, I walked upstairs out of the basement through the side door. It was a hot summer day in June. The only thing was that I was so anxious to get down to the drugs when I first started, I forgot to buckle my pants. So on my way out, the door, my shorts fell to the floor, or to the ground, should I say. And I found myself standing out in front of the neighbors in my home, completely stark naked. The police were called and the EMS were called, and of course I saw them coming. They were different as I saw. and they looked like just devils and just different things like that. Anyway, I ran. They tackled me down in the field. They strapped me down on the gurney. They took me to the hospital. When I got to emergency, I know after being there for just a short while, the doctor was asking me what my name was, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember my name. Just couldn't remember who I was. And they said, well, take him to the psych ward. And that was my worst day using.
So I want you to look in the camera and give somebody a hope shot that might be thinking about using for the very first time and don't know what kind of road they're about to go down. Give them some hope.
Yesterday, unfortunately, I was at a funeral of a young man who, his mother grew up next to me. I saw her grow up as a child, and then she had him. And unfortunately, he was in a car accident a couple weeks ago. He was about 30 years old, but he had been drinking and he had started experimenting with drugs. But he had some other friends that were there, some little guys in the neighborhood. And as I walked through the parking lot on my way to the funeral home, of course they all knew me. And so I'd like to reach out to one of the guys named Eric. I'd like to tell him, please do not get started, man. You know, if there's any way that you can get in contact with me, everybody knows me, and we can sit down and talk. And don't get started. If don't get any deeper than you are already.
If you have a recovery story of your own and would like to share it right here on our show, record the video and send it to us. Our email information is right there on the screen. askthemessengers@gmail.com. I would like to introduce you all and remind some of you of the legendary Greg Collier. Thank you so much for being on Ask the Messengers.
Oh, good. I'm glad to be here.
So, Greg, now you and our executive producer, George Page, you guys have been friends for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, we go quite a ways back. I remember George when George first had this club when he had Studio 54. I go way back when my brother was working there, DJing there. So. We go quite a ways back.
Right.
I came there and I even DJ'd there a couple
Wow.
of times.
So now you have this story, and you were talking about the dark side of DJing. Like, it looks good, it's fancy, it's like everything is great. Before we get into what you're doing today, can you take us through that life?
Well, I've been clean now. I've been in recovery for 10 years now, since 2014. But I've got a long history of DJing, but a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of times there's a dark side to DJing. Everybody wants the DJ to be great. Everybody wants to see how great the DJ is. But during the days when I DJ, people would always buy me drinks, bring me drinks. People would bring me drugs. People would give me stuff to get high on. So, and I would always take them and do this thing, and it added to my addiction. So, I know about those days. So,
right. So now you are currently at Share House, and how long have you been with Share House?
I've been at Share since 2015. So,
what do you do there?
Well, I'm a case manager counselor now. I started out as a case manager and got so involved in working with the clients that I decided to go back to school, get another degree in mental health and substance abuse counseling. It was my second master's degree. That was in 2016. I graduated in 2019 with my second master's degree in counseling.
Now, coming out of addiction yourself, and now you're working in the recovery field, what are some of the most rewarding moments or times that you could share with us?
Well, just when you can find somebody that you can save somebody's life, just when you can help one person. If you can get to that one person and help that one person and save one person's life, then you're doing some good. So it's rewarding. So.
Awesome. So if there was something that you could say to the DJs, the DJ community out there, the new ones coming up and they don't have a clue what they're doing, can you give them some words of encouragement and maybe some advice from an OG?
Stay focused on your craft and don't get caught up in all the other smoke screens that can get you so lost in it. Just stay focused on your craft. I mean, I love DJing, but you can so easily get caught up in so many other things. Just stay focused on your craft and stay in love for the music, because I still love the music.
For sure. Thank you so much. Now, is there anything that you would like to share with the recovery community? You have been serving the recovery community for a lot of years, and you shared with me that you are getting ready to retire, which means you're going to work even more. You know what retirement means, right? So what would you like to say?
I'm getting ready to retire from Share, but I'm not getting ready to retire from recovery. I'm going to always focus on recovery, and I always want to give back to the community, and I always want to help out anyone who is in need of assistance and helping out with mental health. And some of my focus is to get back into focusing and working with those that are going through mental health, because my degree is actually in mental health counseling. So I want to get back and focus a little bit more in mental health counseling too. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing yourself with us. And it was so good to see you today.
Good to see you too.
All right.
And I'm loving what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Hey, say that in the camera.
All right, I'm loving what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I debate all day. It's what I do. But there are some things that are undebatable, like your mental health, my own mental health. I was in a dark place when my brother passed away in a car accident. I've never been more devastated than the day I lost my mom. I was depressed, miserable, in ways I never imagined. I reached out, and my sisters came, my pastor, my therapist. They helped me get through it. I found that the more I spoke up, the healthier my mind became. The chaos that was in me began to subside. I was more focused, clear. When you love your mind, you can go so much further. That's not up for debate. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Would you like to help us save lives? You can do so by partnering with us here at Ask the Messengers by making a donation of any amount. The people in your communities need your support. Help us extend our reach and impact more lives. Supporting our organization is as easy as a click of a button. Just visit our site shown on the screen from your phone or computer, where you will see a yellow donation button. Ask the Messengers is waiting on your partnership, and your community is waiting on you.
If you prefer mailing your donations, send your check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers, and we're asking you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you to our guests today, and we hope the information shared will be of some help to you, your family, and your community. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and keep standing for what's right. See you next time, right here on Ask the Messengers.